Hey guys, Melon from Apollo here, back with another. I'm just fucking with you. Fuck those one hype guys. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of a war recap. Just a heads up, this video is gonna be a little bit longer than others, and it's actually not gonna be a how-to video at all. Well, not a traditional one anyway. I just wanted to kind of make people aware of some common problems I've been seeing, um, and how we can correct those, and also some good examples of people utilizing some really good techniques in their raids as well. So, I mean, the easiest thing is just to make a video. I don't really want to type all this out several times to different people, and this just seems to be the easiest way to get information out to you guys. Visuals are always better than any kind of text-based explanation. So I'm kind of gonna just go through this war from start to finish, and just highlight on a few raids, some good, some bad, some both. So just first of all, congratulations, guys. This is a close war, and it may not should have been this close, but it just shows that we can persevere, that we can come together and pull out a victory, even if it's not as easy as we would like it to be. But we really showed some really good resilience and beat this clan. So let's just start from the bottom. The first tech I want to show is, let's see, I've got a list here. We're going to do Zeus versus 28, and that is somewhere. I probably passed it up. There we go. So as you can probably tell, this is going to be something not to do. So here, he tries to trigger a bomb there, which is great. Something, good use of his hogs. So let's see where it goes. Speed this up just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, now he's getting the CZ pool, gets a mortar, and then he gets another few bombs. Could have been another giant bomb there. So that's all going really well so far. Pull CC over. A little bit of a sloppy CC kill. Smoked his witches pretty bad. But the thing that I really wanted to highlight here is you can see he drops his hogs pretty messily. They're all going in that one spot. And then you can see they kind of split unevenly. And now he's probably been planning on healing at that giant bomb, but really there's only like 3 hogs there. So he's just healing 3 hogs and those die. It's 3 hogs versus a couple of defenses and a giant bomb. So he really just wasted an entire heal. And what I want you guys to think about with this raid is obviously the hog pathing. So he kind of just threw all his hogs down in one spot, and you have no idea how they're going to split, and they split unevenly, unfortunately. So his healings were bad. Now, if you either did targeted hogs, or you created a funnel and had your hogs all going in one direction through that way, then you know where to heal, and your heals are always going to be at really high value places because you know where all your hogs are. Unfortunately, he had to heal that giant bomb, but he only had a couple hogs there, so it's really bad. So guys, again, just really think about pathing. Either targeted, or you're going to do like your regular 2-finger drop, but either path all your hogs clockwise or counterclockwise, so you know when to drop your heals and can really utilize that. Because he did a lot of good things there, but because his hogs didn't split, he didn't control that healing curve. He got a fail actually, so didn't even pull up 1 star. So Zeus is a good attacker. He's had a lot of success with hog trades. Unfortunately, this one just went bad, and that happens to everybody. But again, this could have been avoided if he had pathed his hogs and thought about that rather than just kind of spamming them. So now let's just move on to something good. This is I really like this stack. It's going to be Hardy versus their 21, I believe. Bear with me, guys. Okay, yeah, so Hardy versus 21. So let's just look at this base real quick. There's a couple places for double giant bombs here. Majority of them are in the core, if not all of them are in the core. Yeah, so all double giant bomb slots are in the core. They could either be between the Wiz Tower and Mortar here, the Wiz Tower and Mortar to the left here, or they could be between the mortars and the archer towers. So somewhere in those 90-degree angles there. So what Hardy likes to do is use an Asian wall, which is a great choice here, because you don't know where these double giant bombs are as the first attack. And if you Asian wall it, the chances that you set this off 1 by 1 because of where the defenses lay is very high. And then you can heal through that. So that's, you know, a good choice. You can't just Asian wall any base, and you don't need Asian wall every base. This is a good choice. So I just want to highlight that there is a purpose for that Asian wall. He didn't just do it because he knew what an Asian wall was. He had a concise plan for that, and it ended up working really well. So watch his attack real quick and just kind of go through it. We'll speed through all this CC kill and everything. Yeah, how that's gonna go. So yeah, Asian wall is here. You can see he's got a really wide spread on his hogs here. So if there is a bomb pretty much anywhere in this first 90-degree angle, he's going to get it 1 by 1, especially if it's where that Tesla is popping up right there. And then he can heal through it that way. So we'll just keep watching here. And he heals. And not only did he heal, he pre-healed. So there is a giant bomb there. So as soon as his hogs take damage, they're getting healed. He's not letting them get hit by a bomb and then dropping a heal. He's dropping that heal because he's scouted the space and he knows that's a possibility for a giant bomb. So even if there wasn't a giant bomb there, he guessed wrong. He you know, had already decided, he knew he needed to heal there. So there could not be one. Don't find out before you drop the heal. You know what I mean? Like he knew it could be a giant bomb, so he dropped the heal. If you don't know, that's when you especially need to drop the heal. Don't wait to find out then. So good choice there on the pre-heal. And then we'll continue to go through here. And then you can see, so one thing he would have done, or I would have done different is, you know, the Asian wall was good, but maybe to kind of clean it up a little bit, save a couple hogs for that cannon at about 3 o'clock, so that your hogs didn't stray off, but it wasn't that big of a deal, especially since they're joining up now. So we'll just keep going. And now you can see, look, there's a double jump bomb there. And he's getting the heal down. And it'll get down before the bomb goes off. But he's got that first one. And then the second one. And it was because of that Asian wall choice that he could set it off 1 by 1 in that core that way. And now we still got 1 heal left. And a ton of hogs. Because he just mowed through those defenses really quickly. And got through all those giant bombs. And now he doesn't even need it. He could be a dick and heal that statue, which would have been really cool, but he didn't. Yeah, so then the rest is just clean up. So a really good attack, Hardy. Great choice in the Asian wall. Really like that attack. Alright, let's see what's next here. This is another unfortunate attack. I'll call it that. Let's see here. Unfortunate attack, unfortunate name. This is going to be you or Andrew versus 22. Yeah. So when you first look at this base, it's pretty easy to know where the bombs are going to be. The bombs could be up at that north wizard tower. Probably not though, just because it's so easy to lure. You definitely want to check, and Andrew does that, so that's a great job on that. But you should be prepared that the double jump bombs or the singles or whatever they may be are going to be in a better placement than that, between these defenses and these large gaps there around 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So you should, when you're scouting the base, you should plan for that. So what he does, he starts off, he's going to scout those areas, and a Tesla pops up, so he goes and sends a few more hogs on this Tesla to kind of get past that and get to those possible bombs, but nothing pops up. So now that should really tell you these bombs are going to be in those other better locations. So again, he's going to make the CC kill. Does that, but okay, now he's sending those hogs in, and he sent them right into those areas. He hasn't pre-healed, and his hogs are done. It's way too late. He should have healed as soon as those hogs hit that archer tower. They're going to blow through that really quickly. You've got 15 hogs apiece on one defense, so you should have healed there. And then probably saved it for the 6 o'clock area. And another bad thing he did was, and I don't know why we're doing this, guys. I've seen this a lot, especially this war. He's sending his hogs in up here. Why are you making your CC kill over here? You're probably going to get through the defenses pretty quickly, and they might survive, but, send your... why couldn't you could have made the CC kill up at 12 o'clock, and there's more to clean up there, and they'll travel around the base a little more symmetrically. So yeah, send your hogs, especially on versus TH8. Send your hogs to protect your CC squad. Don't send them on opposite sides of the base. So yeah, that happened. Bombs got him. He didn't pre-heal. So I don't know if this is just bad scouting. Bad plan, or just I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say a lazy attack, but maybe it's just a little overconfident. But yeah, definitely pre-heal in those pretty obvious locations. So sorry about that, you. I know you'll get them next time. Next attack we're gonna do is Caleb. Versus their 14. So I know these Town Hall 9 attacks are tough, guys. A lot of intricacy in these attacks, especially versus hogs. And there's a lot to do. You've got to take out the queen. You've got to take out the CC. You've got to worry about giant bombs, hog pathing, all of that. It's a lot. So these new guys that are relatively new to Town Hall 9, there's going to be a learning curve, and the leaders know that, guys, so don't worry about too much. Just really, as long as you have a good plan, a concise plan that makes sense, and you're trying your best to execute that, we know things happen. So we'll get through it. You'll learn from it. That's the only way to get better. So looking at this base, there's a couple places for the giant bombs, and he decided he was going to surgical this base, which I think is a great idea. But the problem is, and we'll get to it here, we'll kind of speed up to where we want to talk about. So he pulls CC, gets a defense, great. Make sure he gets a full order. So then he's taking it over here, and he made the choice to take 4 heals, which I think is a good choice. Unfortunately, it looks like the queen gets stuck behind a wall, and he doesn't have a jump, so that really hurt him from the start. But the main thing I want to talk about is, so he's surgical. So he's brought his giants for that, which is fine, but the only problem is he got level 4 giants, so I don't think they're absorbing too much. As you can see, like, this left giant's pretty much dead, and he hasn't even gotten a hog down. The other ones are going pretty fast. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is he dropped these hogs, and he dropped good numbers. But look at how far away these hogs are. So what you know, when you're trying to do targeted hogs or surgical hogs, you're dropping your hogs to take out those point defenses, move to certain areas of the base, and heal those hogs. And then you want to heal those first box hogs, to then move to another heal and meet up with more hogs, and then just continue that throughout the base. He's kind of spread his DPS way too thin here. There's a lot of defenses between his hogs that they have to go to, and he's yet to drop a heal. So there's just too much for those few hogs to take care of, not being healed, and you know, he's only got 3 hogs now, going through a lot of defenses. So just, you can drop your hogs in stages, and as they move to that next area of the base, so like as these hogs path left, you can then drop a few more hogs, and then heal, and then a few more hogs, and then let them continue through the base, and then heal, and then drop a few more up north, and then heal, and then drop some on the back end. But as you can see, not only has he done that down there, but now he's dropping hogs up north. So really far away. He's really spread his DPS out way too thin. And by the time he's healing, he's healed 2 hogs there. He's healed 2 hogs there. 3 hogs. So he healed a total of 5 hogs. His whole rate on 4 heals. So he had a good idea. It just that, you know, so I'm sure this is one of the first targeted or surgical hogs he's ever done. So yeah, you don't have to drop all your hogs at one time. If you know the pathing, you're controlling the pathing, and that's kind of the power of the surgical hogs. So if you know where the hogs are going, you don't have to have the whole raid done at the very beginning. You know, just be patient with it. Heal where you know your hogs are going. Add a few more hogs in those areas, and just keep them on that path of continuous healing throughout, going counterclockwise or clockwise through the base. So I'm sure his next time he does this, where he can plan again, he'll get that timing down. And it's, you know, something you gotta adjust to. It's not an easy attack strategy, but once you get it down, it's worth all these original fails. So, you know, really nice try, Caleb. I think it was a good idea. We just, you know, gotta show that execution, which I'm sure we'll do. And you gave me an archer. Appreciate that, buddy. So the next tech I want to look at is Xtian. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And he's taking on number 6. Find this raid here. And again, I like this attack, and I think X is a great attacker. He's one of our better Town Hall attackers, and he's had some really good raids since he's been here. And you know, this is by no means a easy base. You know, there's a lot of possible double jump bomb spots down there south. There's a couple in the core, and there's single jump bomb places up top as well. So I mean, a lot of places, and you know, he hadn't seen the scout on this base, so I like his approach. That he's going to try and take out all of these south double jump bomb spots with a kind of a go weeby attack, and hopefully get into that core as well, and maybe alleviate some of those for his hogs to get there. So I like the idea, and I think it's a good idea, and he does an okay job at it. But let's just talk about what might have cost him this raid. So kind of wasted some wall breakers there. about dropping them all at once. He drops a Rage, which is great to take care of that CC. You know, he could have brought a Lightning, but I think the Rage was a better choice because he's got those witches tanking for his heroes, his golems taking for heroes. And when you know, he could have Lightning CC and got rid of it and been fine. But he's also raging through all these defenses. So I think the Rage is a good choice. Kind of a double duty to, you know, you're raging through that CC and you're raging through a lot of defenses. So, you know, kind of got stuck on that witch, but that's okay. I'll get through it. His king did die though, so maybe Lightning was a better choice. Just to save that. So yeah. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to talk about though. So he has this good idea of kind of illuminating all this stuff down south. He's got 2 heals for his hogs. But similar to what Caleb did, he's spreading his DPS too thin. So I forget how many hogs he had. Maybe, was it 20? 20 hogs, something. So he's got 10 hogs on each side. But there's quite a bit of defenses to take out. And there's 2 sets of bombs, so he's got to heal in 2 areas. And then those hogs are going to move through those areas and still have quite a bit to go out. So I think if he would have kept his hogs together, not only would they have moved through the defenses quicker, he could have healed 20 hogs per heal rather than 10 hogs per heal. So that's why I don't want you guys splitting your hogs up like this. Because you're, again, it's twice as effective. 20 hogs versus 10 hogs that you're healing. And they're going to path counterclockwise because you've eliminated all this down here. You know, they're going to go that way. It might not be extremely smooth because you've probably got some Teslas in the core and that Xbox or Expo. Yeah, Tim's going to get me on that one, I think. So he's got that Expo in there, but you can still heal kind of, you know, at that first spot and then kind of let your hogs move through to the next area and then heal at that last one and you'll heal through that as well and be fine. And I think if he would have done that, and maybe Lightning CC instead of Rage, now I'm going to go back on that, he would have 3-starred the space. So I think it was still a good attack and a really good idea. I even see like he's healing there. So how many hogs did he hear? I mean, 2 hogs. Not great. And you know, the giant bomb placement of this is really weird. So not knowing that, it was, you know, a challenge, and it might not have worked on the space if he kept his hogs together anyway. But just for future on that type of attack or in most attacks, hogs attacks, you know, we want to keep our hogs in the same area and heal as many hogs as we can as possible. You know, that's kind of the idea to take away. And he came really close. I mean, 95%, man. That was, you know, really good attack. So I think maybe if you would have kept those hogs together, you would have got it. But good attack, great try, and I really like the idea behind that. Yeah, really good. And he had a, you know, really clutch raid towards the end of this war as well. So thank you for that, X, and keep up the good work, man. So now to kind of just go along that idea about hog pathing that I keep talking about, I just want to show this raid that I did versus 23 and just how I thought about hog pathing. You know, so it's a town hall light, so it's not anything super challenging, and you've got these 3x3 spaces that you can pre-trigger. You know, bombs are probably going to be in there. But even if you didn't have that luxury, if you path the hogs the idea, then it wouldn't have mattered. But it's there, I'm taking advantage of it. You know, why not? If you're dumb enough to put it in there, I'm gonna make it pay for it. So just trigger those, throw it on the giant, just to soak up that damage, which, I mean, I've seen, that's another thing. You know, guys, just throw a giant down there. It's 5 true spaces, it's 1 hog, basically. And the CC, if it's out like this, is going to clump up, you know, initially on that giant, as well as he's soaking up archer tower damage and a cannon damage. And if you can get 3 defenses, that's ideal. But with this one, it's just 2, but it's still doing its thing. And then the hogs are going to go for the defenses while that's happening. So even if it's relatively quickly, that small amount of time can make big differences on whether these defenses actually going down. So I've seen too many times where someone will throw 3 level 4 hogs on a level 10 cannon and get 98% of the damage. And then he's going to have to throw probably 2 more hogs, or maybe, probably 2 more hogs to finish that cannon off. Because there's other defenses around that cannon that are going to be shooting at it. You can't just throw 1 hog at it because it's going to die too quickly. So then you're spending probably 5 more spaces than you would have had to or the same amount, and you're just wasting time, than if you just would have thrown the giant down and thrown those hogs on there. Because you could have thrown a giant down and 3 hogs rather than spending 25 troop spaces. So you save 5 troop spaces. It could be, the compound on itself the more that you're trying to take out. So just bring the giant and use him. And if it's negligible with someone, whatever in certain areas, that's 5 troop spaces. So yeah, taking out a bomb. I didn't get with that. Take out both those defenses. And again, so why did I take out these defenses? I'll take out those defenses. One, because I know I want to path my hogs from to the right here, and because now I free up an anchor to make my CC kill, and I don't have to worry about any of those point defenses. So yeah, we'll just fast forward this, make the CC kill. Again, 2 to 3 wizards is all you should really need, as long as there's not a level 4 dragon or anything in there. So now I'm taking 1 wizard for cleanup. If things go wrong and you gotta drop that wizard, drop it, because you want to kill that CC more than anything in this raid. But don't just drop it to drop it because you have it. If you can save it, it could be a lot more useful for cleanup. So yeah, now we're going here, and I know that my kill squad's gonna path left, so that's why I'm going to the right. Because I know, I scouted the base. I know what buildings they're going to go to in relation to where my hogs are going. So my king's going to path or tank for all this stuff, and there's only a few defenses over there. So that's kind of why I chose to go right. And I'm healing again over there's just because if there was singles there, I wanted to kind of just demonstrate this attack strategy, and that's how you would be healing through all that. And my hogs are going from a heal to another heal and meeting up with more hogs. And I don't believe I lost a hog in this raid, maybe to a spring trap. And by the time that my hogs, you can see how quick that was. They protected my kill squad. Yeah, so I think only on the springs lost 2 hogs in that spring, and that's it. And then they go to 10 hogs left. And the cleanup wizard. So this base just got destroyed because I knew hog pathing, knew where I need to heal. Playing the kill squad pathing. Those are the things you're gonna do. It's pretty simple, and once you get it down, it really improves your raids a ton. So that's just an example of how you wanna, do targeted hogging at Town Hall 8. Again, to hammering this home of hog pathing and healing, let's look at a raid that got a 3-star. So good job, man. Great job on that. But the execution wasn't really what it should be when you're doing targeted hogging. So takes up the mortar and a possible double giant bomb, but he does get a giant bomb and some small bombs. So great use of hogs there. Takes out splash defense as well. gets a CC pull, so great value there. And then he's pulling them up north, makes a CC kill, lost his witches, didn't drop them back far enough. And if you see that loon come out, guys, just drop the BK. You don't want, it's a one shot from a loon. Let him get out in front of your witches, the Barbarian King, and occupy that balloon. The balloons are kind of retarded. They take a long time to make their decision on what they're going to hit. So if you keep dropping something towards them, they're going to just like sketch out, and they're going to flinch and keep not dropping something. So the chances are your BK is still going to stay at full health, and it preserves your witches. So I would just recommend you guys do that from now on. So he drops some hogs in here, which I think is a good idea. Take out that whiz tower because there's another possible jump bomb there, and you're only gonna lose a few hogs, and it keeps your hogs from just going down there. So not a bad idea there. And you can see he's dropped all his hogs up here at the northwest, and his hogs are gonna path down counterclockwise. But he's dropping them way too fast. And you can see he holds his heals. It's almost like he won't heal until he gets in the core. And this see that he has in the core. So he should be dropping another heal like right there on these bottom left hogs already. And then you'll heal again in this area between the cannon and the mortar. But he just waits too long. And if this base would have had higher defenses, he would have failed. Again, great use of the hogs there to take out those double giant bombs. If you could have taken those out in lore, but that it's still not a bad idea. But this raid works out. But I think it was mainly just because the defenses were so low. And if the defenses were higher and dealing a whole lot more damage, if you had level 10 cannons, level 10 archer tower, and it was level 6 Teslas, I'm not sure this raid would have resulted in a 3-star. So the thing with targeted hogs is, you want to drop enough hogs there, and they're going to path kind of in this area, and then you'll heal there to preserve those hogs. And when they're under heal, it doesn't matter if these other defenses are shooting at them, they'll be fine. And then you're adding hogs to move through these other outer defenses out here to meet up with those hogs, and you're dropping another heal for those first hogs to go into, and then your other exterior hogs, your second drops to go, and then you just do that again with your third drop. So you don't want to drop all your hogs and then start healing. Again, your hogs are taking too much damage before you can get them to heal in those areas. So just be aware of that, and that's the idea. You don't need all your troops down at one time. That's that's how you lose raids. Just be patient, be confident in your strategy and your knowledge of hog pathing, and you'll be fine. But good job, Jeff. You got the 3-star. Just maybe be a little bit more patient with your hog dropping and healing. He's not the only one that's done. Obviously, I've showed some other people doing that in these raids, and I've seen it in previous wars. But so that's kind of when I want to show that. This next attack is going to be 10 versus 12. Where are you at, Tim? There you go. So you look at this, and it looks like maybe it's going to be a bad attack. But really, I really like this attack. He used targeted hogging perfectly. There were just a few other small things that went wrong in this raid that cost him getting a 3-star. But these things, you'll see, these are easy fixes. He really did a good job on his hog drops. And I hate to compliment Tim. It's gonna go straight to his head, and we'll find out at the end of this, and I'll probably have to kick him or something. But it was just such good hogging. I wanted to really utilize this. So yeah, he drops his hogs on these archer tower, which is a great idea because okay, he's getting rid of that defense. He's luring the CC, but he's also creating a funnel for his later hog dropping, and you'll see that. Um, Standard CC kill. He's protects his CC a little bit better. Okay, so now he's dropping his golem to protect. If he would have had a jump here, but he's a cheap ass bastard that didn't plan his attacking good to where he could wait for a spiel and he didn't want to gem it. God, fuck you, Tim. So he doesn't get the queen here, and that's what costs him in this raid. But he does a good job of creating funnel for his king, getting his troops in there. If he could have dropped a jump right there where that golem was going, he would have smacked that queen down. But again, okay, so he drops his hogs adjacent to his kill squad, so that's kind of how you want to do that here. And he's kind of, you know, done a large drop, but he's saving hogs. So he's taking out these defenses. He knows that his hogs are going to pass down to this archer tower, wizard tower, expo, and then get to those higher HP buildings of the expo and the AD. So he's going to heal there. As soon as he gets there, boom, heals down. Good job. And he's got hogs coming in the north to keep those larger pack of hogs. He probably dropped those a little too early, but the idea was good. Again, you can see now the hogs are going to path across to this next expo rather than going up to that mortar and really throwing off their pathing and taking them out of that heal curve that I was talking to you about. So he probably dropped them a little too early because the hogs moved through that mortar too quick and they died before they could meet up with this larger group and be healed. So maybe a little bit more patient on the hog drop. Okay, again, great heal there. High HP buildings. He's dropping hogs on this outer cannon to keep his hogs from going there and again staying in that nice tight curve. Which he gets right there, great. And they're going to go meet up under those heals. And then he did the same thing on the back end. And he triggers that double giant bomb, just beautiful. So great, man. Really nice job. He probably again dropped these hogs too early. But that's okay. I'm sure he really wanted to get to this double giant bomb area. So actually, you know, that's fine. Good job on that. And good heal. And he's got quite a bit of hogs left, despite this AQ chasing him around and shooting them. Again, you know, like he would have had enough hogs left, probably to finish off this raids. He should have saved some queen up whiz to drop up north here and left. So that's a habit that I really encourage you to develop. But his kill squad or his king might have stayed up. If that queen would have went down, he would have been a lot closer. But, you know, just really good job, Tim, on thinking about hog pathing, where you needed to heal, where you needed to drop some supplemental hogs to keep your hogs pathing in the right direction. You know, just it was evident you thought that through. So really good job. Just keep that up, man, and you'll turn those ones into threes, no doubt. The last one I wanted to look at was Saxon versus 4. And Saxon obviously is a total noob, and I don't know why we keep him in this clan, but you know, whatever, he's hung out in some way. But he does a lot of great things in this raid. That's just one unfortunate event. Well, two really unfortunate events. One leads to the other, but that really does cost him 3-star in this base. And I'll get into that as we watch this raid. So he's made this, and he's, you know, and a lot of times when you CB, although and especially when you shatter, you've got to lightning the CC troops, and you know the Saxon has 5 spells, so he can kind of afford that. And he knows he doesn't have to jump into this compartment, so I think that's a really good choice to normally lightning the CC. However, for this particular base, it was not the right choice. And again, okay, so one thing is he let his wall breakers get smoked there by a mortar. And now you can see his kill squad is stuck on these walls. And his golem is taking a lot of damage before getting into this queen. And because he didn't get in that wall, and you've got a BKB near a wall, I probably should have dropped this queen earlier to take out those point defenses, but even still, so still being a wall. And now he's got no tanking for his kill squad anymore. His golem's gone, just because he unfortunately dropped a wall breaker way too soon. It's something we've all done, but just guys, really be cautious of that. Think about, you don't have to drop. So your golem is going to be taking the hits from the mortar, and there's 2 mortars there, so it kind of even compounds it. You don't have to drop the wall breaker directly behind the golem. I mean, you can go a little bit south or a little bit north of him, so you don't even have to worry about the mortar hits. As long as there's not like a whiz tower or some other splash demons or other defense that isn't going to be occupied by the golem. So that's just a kind of a safety thing to do. You don't have to drop it right behind the golem. You can drop it adjacent to the golem to save it from getting hit from that splash damage. If you don't, want to count the mortar hits. So that just happened, unfortunately. He gets queen, and he ends up getting AD. Unfortunately, there's a level 4 dragon in the CC, and he's got a lightning. And obviously, lightnings don't do shit to air troops. And not only that, he doesn't have his golem aggroing these CC troops, and it's his barbarian king. And then barbarian kings obviously again can't do shit to air troops. So now it's on his archer queen, and she's getting being stupid like she always is. And she's got defenses hitting her because she's again not tanked by either the barbarian king or the golem, and he doesn't get that dragon down. So what I wanted to stress here is that when we know dragons are in the CC like this versus town hall attacks, and you're planning on doing an attack that usually lends itself to using a lightning to take care of the CC, rather than bring a lightning, bring another rage spell, and you can rage your kill squad and take that dragon out much easier. So had he brought a rage here, he would absolutely destroy this base. And you can see, even with this dragon being a total dick and just ruining this raid, hitting his balloons, he still gets close. Probably should have dropped a rage there with those points to get through those Teslas, but good hound drops, good loon drops, and he gets most of the defenses, but the dragon just destroyed all that because, So again, it's just a tiny thing, and that's what happens on these 3-star strategies, little small things like that. But Saxon's a great raider, so I know he won't mind me showing this. But again, just wanted to. The big point from this is he had the bulk of his raid was great, but that small thing really cost him. And if you see dragons, if you know that's in the CC, don't bring a lightning, bring a rage. So that's kind of all I just want to take home from that raid. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to talk about, and hopefully that gives you an insight of some bad habits that I hope we get rid of, and some good habits that we saw, some hog pathing things that I hope that we can, as a clan, take on together and just really use those and continue to use those across all of our attacks. But again, guys, just really great job. I was impressed by how we closed this war out. It wasn't an easy one. We had some trouble, but we just, didn't give up. Got the job done. Kept the warlock green. So if you got any questions, again, guys, I'm around. Hit me on GroupMe. If you want to plan attacks, just talk from the elders. We'll be more than happy to do that. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. And great job, Apollo. Later, guys.